Hi, I'm Mackenzie, and welcome to our 20-minute guided session where we will continue to find ways that we can feel comfort and ease and flow and freedom in our experience of breath, which we have right now, and our body, which we have right now. And today we'll be going a little more finely into this feeling of mutual togetherness, really beginning to feel into these places where we make contact one with the other so that we can feel that sense of it's not just one way, not just the other way, but this interaction is mutual. And we can practice this probably most easily and also give such a wonderful feeling of support when we practice this in terms of feeling the action reaction, the mutuality of laying down our weight into the support of the ground. So let's just begin to feel this here in sitting. So taking a couple of deeper breaths. And especially on the out breath, it's a nice time to feel a sense of releasing downward. Noticing a sense of settling on each out breath. And a sense of emotional letting go. Just like a sigh, and a settling after the sigh has that feeling of releasing and letting go. And then however one is sitting, you may like to close the eyes or let the gaze be soft to feel more sensitively in our inner landscape. Beginning to bring a fine attention to place of contact between our seat and the ground. It could be the chair or the floor. As a way to pique our curiosity of micro movement that is going on there, and slightly move our weight a little more to the front of our sit bones, ever so slightly. And then ever so slightly shifting our weight a little bit more to the back of our sit bones, a little more like we're curling back into a lazy boy chair. I'm just repeating that micro movement a couple of times just to actually become attuned to the sensations of pressure, Where are we feeling it on our sit bones? More towards the front of the sit bones, more towards the back of the sit bones, and then coming right to wherever feels good for us. Just see if there's a little more feeling of sensations of pressure there in our seat. And feel a sense of just giving our weight through our sit bones to the support underneath. Right there at that place of contact. We do not have to hold ourselves up. And so we lay down into that support. Now can gently open the eyes. And we'll prepare our hands and our feet to also be more attuned to this feeling of mutual interaction, mutual ease. So taking one hand and just finding the very center of the hand. This is the acupuncture point of Lao Gong. But it's also just this feeling of this heart of our hand, where if we gently press into the heart of our hand, we can feel the fan of our hand, the inside of our hand spreading. So sometimes we think of only our fingers as moving, but the fingers actually extend into the palm of the hand. And so the hand itself can spread. And then just taking that hand and placing it on the leg and feeling a sense of the openness of the center of the heart of the hand that we were just pressing. And as that hand lays down to our leg, feeling a sense of even the force passing through of our weight of our hand, passing through into our leg, including through the open center of the palm of our hand. Now let's do this for our other hand. So gently pressing into the heart of this hand. It's a way to begin to feel that micro movement that happens inside the hand, that gentle spreading that happens inside the hand itself. As of opening the center of our hand. And then placing our hand again to let it just rest on our thigh. And with that awareness of the openness of the hand, and letting the hand really rest onto the thigh openly. Receiving the sensations of contact, receiving the support from our legs. And we'll do this for our feet as well too. So finding the ball of the foot, and then the heart of the foot is just behind the ball of the foot. Just right there, and gently massaging that center of the ball of the foot. Seeing if you can feel the foot spreading through that gentle massage. The toes of the feet also extend deep into the foot. Comes about to here in the foot. So when we massage this area, feel that spread of the inner toes that come into the body of the foot. And then we'll change sides, and we'll use this awareness of the openness of the heart of our foot when we come to standing. Gently massaging, gently pressing into the heart of the foot, letting the foot spread, and perhaps waking up some neglected sense of sensitivity that's there in our feet. And now let us come to standing on these feet. And so coming to stand with feet about hip width apart, and go ahead and wiggle the toes and let them spread out. And we'll bring our hands to our physical center. And see if we can drop our attention down from almost as if it's between our eyes, and drop it down into the body. And let that feeling of awareness drop further past the hands until there's a sense of we're just feeling the soles of the feet, almost as if the soles of the feet are all that matter. And with our awareness resting there at the soles of our feet, very, very slowly beginning to shift weight onto one leg. And see if you can actually notice how the foot changes shape underneath the weight. So the foot actually spreads, and that center of the palm, or center of the foot, palm of the foot one could say, is gently spreading. And then gradually shifting the other way, and seeing if one can actually notice that difference in the foot now that it's a weighted foot rather than an unweighted foot. How is it spreading differently, shaped differently because of its interaction with the ground? And gradually coming back the other way, noticing the spread of the foot on this side. Openness, the bottom of the foot. And again, the other way. And beginning to find a little rhythm here of sway, where we lay down through one foot, and we lay down through the other foot. And as we lay down, we are mindful of that heart of the foot open and spreading. And that can begin to help us to feel how there's this utter togetherness of foot and floor right where they're interacting. So that the force coming through our foot goes into the floor. It actually doesn't even stop right at the surface of the floor. It actually goes deep into the floor. And so if it helps to visualize having this sense of the force of our foot going through the heart of the foot and going into the ground. And then gradually coming to where 50% of our weight is going through both feet until we feel that we are standing rooted and centered, standing together with the earth rather than just standing upon the earth or even ourselves just standing. This feeling of togetherness. We might be feeling right at the very soles of our feet and gradually feel propagating up our whole body. And can just bend over slightly and let the arms hang. Gravity is doing its thing with our arms as well. And then gradually coming up, continuing to feel the heaviness of our arms, our shoulders laying down. Another mutual ease right there between shoulders and torso, that as our arms raise up, we can hold this large sphere while feeling instead of our shoulders hiking up, feeling our shoulders laying down. And opening the palms of the hands here. Feeling that sense of the heart of the hand open, the heart of the feet open. And with hands and feet open, we'll take a few final breaths with our embracing Qigong, embracing outward, embracing inward. final 3 embraces, 3 breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Perhaps one for the road. And just seeing how it feels to breathe and move and be living on planet Earth, this big ball in space that is always drawing us to its surface with gravity. And instead of feeling, as we sometimes tend to do, as if we have to fight gravity and stand by ourselves and do it all our own, we begin to shift our perception to see how every action is actually coming from mutual interaction. And that means that even the very action of standing on the ground has this inherent comfort and ease that comes when things are together and even happening mutually together. And I always find it so, shall we just say, convenient for now, that right beneath me there can be this reassuring feeling, this access point for feeling this way of nature that is always going on. So thanks for practicing with me today. And till next time, take care.